What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at the Eufy Permanent Outdoor Lights S4. These are 3-in-1 permanent lights that are great as holiday lights, daily lights, and security lights. These even have a 3D radar sensor that not only works as a motion sensor, but can actually track you and move the lights as you move as well. Most importantly, these are just very good looking lights with some of the smoothest effects I've seen so far. So if you happen to be shopping for permanent outdoor lights, stick around and I'll be going over everything that makes these some of the best ones on the market. All right, so first off, these are definitely very easy to install. From start to finish, installing the entire 200 feet only took us about 3 hours. And that includes unboxing, putting up all the lights on the house, and getting everything synced up and configured in the app. Overall, a very easy process that most homeowners should be able to complete all on your own. If you would like to see more details and information about the installation process, I'll be going over all of that towards the end of the video. All right, so before I dive into all the features, I actually looked into a ton of different permanent outdoor lights, including the newest model from Govee and many other brands that now make these. And these are hands down the best ones I came across. They're extremely bright and packed with a ton of different features. And if you have existing Eufy cameras, they actually have the ability to use those as triggers as well. So with these, not only are you adding fun and useful lighting to your house, but you're also upgrading and expanding your home security as well. With most other lights, you're just getting simple lights and that's it. So with all the additional features, I think this one is definitely a much better value. All right, so I'll go over all the details and different effects in a bit, but first I want to highlight one of the most unique features about these lights, and that's the smart 3D radar sensor. There are many other lights on the market which have basic motion detectors, but this is the world's first radar-powered permanent outdoor light. So right here, this is where I mounted the radar, but you can mount this in any location of your choice, whether that be by your entrance, patio, driveway, or any other area where you want those motion tracking features. And this has a detection range of up to 39 feet and a 120-degree detection angle. So despite being a small sensor, it can detect quite a large area. And this is programmable within the app. So if you wanted to only detect a smaller area, you can do that as well. All right, so as I said earlier, this radar can actually detect your location and move with you. So right now, as I'm walking, you can see the light strip on the side follows me. And even if I move quicker, it's still gonna follow me as well. I even had my son run around earlier, moving back and forward. And as you can see, it did a great job keeping up with his movements. Overall, just a very cool feature that adds a fun and entertaining element to the lights. One of the ways to use this on an everyday basis would be as a welcome light. So as you arrive, it'll detect you and light up the entire house. And as you leave, it'll detect that as well and automatically turn off the lights. So just by installing these lights, you get the bonus of motion activated spotlights all around the house as well. Last but not least, these lights also have a home security feature as well. So in the app, there's a night mode which will activate the radar to keep your house protected and make sure no one is out there when they aren't supposed to be. And if someone is detected, the lights will strobe red to light up the area and hopefully scare them off as well. As I said earlier, you can also program your existing Eufy cameras to detect and trigger the lights as well. There's a few other really good features on these lights, but the 3D radar is definitely one of the main things that separate it from everything else out there. All right, so moving on to the lights themselves, these are also much better than most of the competition as well. These have 72 LEDs per 100 foot, whereas most others only have 60 LEDs per 100 foot. So with these, you're getting 20% more LEDs and a 45% brighter output. The LEDs on here are also spaced much closer at only 14.5 inches apart, which gives you a smoother wall washing effect with less dark spots and smoother light transitions as well. I've used permanent outdoor lights in the past where the lights have a very choppy and cheap looking movement, but this has the smoothest transition I've seen on any outdoor light so far. If you're familiar with gaming or monitors, using these lights compared to others reminds me of going from 60 Hertz to 120 Hertz. And the reason it's able to do this is this uses a 16-bit RGB chip, which has 281 trillion colors, whereas most others use a standard 8-bit chip. I wasn't sure if this was just marketing nonsense, but I 100% immediately saw the difference. Again, just very smooth and impressive gradients. All right, so taking a look at the app, this is what it looks like. Right up top, you have your brightness as these lights are dimmable. So right now I have it at 100%. This is the lights at 56%, and then this is them at 1%. So lots of adjustability there to get them as dim or as bright as you would like them. And coming right down here, you have your scenes. And this is a RGB WW light, meaning it has RGB colors plus tunable white. So as you can see here, you have a few different presets, but you can also customize the color temperature as well. But honestly, I just find it easier to pick from these. So this is the lights in cool white. Here they are in warm white, regular white, daylight white, and then you even have this crazy strobe light. And you can set this you can set the white anywhere from 1500K all the way up to 9000K. So taking a look at the different presets, this has 120 plus built-in presets. So as I said earlier, you can use this as holiday lights. So let me go ahead and scroll through a few of these. So right here we have New Year's Day. Like I said earlier, such a very smooth gradient. You can see how it scrolls across so very smoothly. Other lights I use go like click, 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 and it doesn't look very good. But this just looks way, way better. Here we have New Year's Day, another New Year's. Here we have Carnival. Again, very smooth transitions right there. We have Flag Day if you're feeling patriotic. St. Patrick's Day. We have some for Halloween. Here's another Halloween one. Here's Christmas. Here's another one for Christmas. And another Christmas one. And what's cool about all these effects is right on the top hand corner, you have these three little dots. And once you click on that, you can actually edit and customize every single preset in here. So right now, this is at the stock setting. If I want, I could make it go much slower in that transition, or I could have it move extremely fast as well. So even though it's only 120 presets, with all the customizations, you basically have unlimited options. And besides the ones that are given to you, you can also create your own as well, which I'll go over shortly. Next up, we have a few other here in the nature category. We have Firefly. We have Winter Gleam. This one is called Rainbow Hour. Again, such vibrant colors. It's just, seeing this in person, it's just amazingly bright. The colors look very accurate. Sometimes RGBs get a little washed out in muted colors, but you could just see this looks like something straight out of an animation. Early spring, and that list pretty much goes on and on. There's a bunch of different ones you can choose there. Coming up the other tab, you have moods. So first off, we have romantic, happy. I definitely like the colors on that one. Downlight. As you can see, this one's moving in a much more subtle way. So you can have these as crazy or as calm as you would like them. And then last but not least, here on the other tab, you have culture. So here's one called Miami Vibe. This one is called Golf. And as you can see, it does look like grass in kind of like a golf game. Toy bricks. This one is pretty cool. As you can see, the lights are stacking up kind of like little Legos. So just like the motion, is kind of like a fun little effect, and it just keeps building up like that, and it's pretty much going to keep stacking until it goes around your house. So do like that one as well. And once again, the list just goes on and on. Coming over to the next tab, you have personal tab, and this is where you can make your own DIY effects. So as you click on the lights, you can go ahead and program them and set a whole bunch of individual beads. So as you can see, I clicked a few more and put them right there. I can go ahead and click another one, make that one blue, click another one, make that green. And then once you get that programmed in, you can go ahead and set a mode, a temperature, and the speed. So very, very customizable when it comes to your own DIY stuff. But instead of making your own DIY, you can actually come over here to the first tab, and here you have built-in AI scenes. So right here you have Scene Advisor, and this one basically gives you ideas on what you could do. But if you come over here, you can actually type in your own prompt, so it makes your own DIY scene. So as you can see here, I put create Chicago Bears theme. So if you're watching a football game, you can go ahead and program this so your house looks like the Chicago Bears or whatever football team or NBA team colors that you want right there. Up next, I told it to make a pink and green Wicked movie theme. As you all know, the movie Wicked is pretty popular right now, so I had it make that. And as you can see, it's very close to the actual colors of the movie, and it's even making them kind of scroll and change colors slightly, so it's not just a default slapping green and yellow on there, but actually making a good and dynamic scene right there. So anything you could possibly imagine whether that be something on TV, a movie, a certain theme, anything you could possibly think of. Instead of actually programming it yourself, you can go ahead and just ask it right here, and that's going to make it out for you very easily. And last but not least, this also has music synchronization as well. And right here you have a few different colors and modes that you can choose from. So as you can see right now, it is synchronizing with the beat of the music. So I can go ahead and change the colors. And then you can also set how fast or how slow you want that to react as well. So right now it's on intense mode, so it's kind of strobing quicker with the music. So definitely very cool, especially if you're out here on Christmas or Halloween. You go ahead and play music and your whole house is going to synchronize to the beat of the music to give it a much more immersive and cool looking effect. I almost forgot to mention it, but you do have 4 different follow modes as well. And since this is an app, they'll likely add a lot more in here as time goes as well. All in all, definitely a very well made and well laid out app. Very easy to navigate. And as I just went over, you do have a lot of customizations and settings you can adjust right here. All right, so taking a closer look at the installation, as I said earlier, this is a very easy product to install, and they do include everything right here in the box. You have extra mounting clips, splicing connectors, extension adapters, and a ton of other accessories here as well. And taking a look at the lights themselves, as you can see, they do come in individual separate sections. This way, when you're up on the roof, you're not hauling around a large, very long wire. And what's unique about these is, as you can see here, they actually come with a separate detachable base. So you can go ahead and put these up first where you want the light, and then go ahead and slide this onto the actual light module. Doing this with one hand, so it's a little bit difficult, but as you can see, got it on there, no problem at all. And as you can see here, you can install these with either adhesive or a screw, or if you want, you could even do both the adhesive and the screw as well. All right, so as I just said, everything is included inside the box. So if you don't have any experience installing lights or splicing wires or anything like that, you don't have anything to worry about. Just look at the manual and it's all very easy to figure out. In my case, all around the house was a straight run, so I didn't have to make any cuts or interruptions. But if you have different levels in different sections, you can go ahead and cut the wire where you need to and splice it over very easily with this kit. And as you can see here, they do include some extension wires as well. All right, so as far as the actual installation goes, you want to install the lights 2 to 4 inches from the wall, and this is going to give you the best wall washing effect, so you have some color lighting up the side of your house as well. So you have the strips that go along the side, and then you also have a controller, and then you have your power adapter as well. In my case, I have 2 100-foot kits, so I have 2 of everything. It all looks a bit messy right now, but once I tidy this up, I'm going to hide these wires behind the gutter and make everything look nice and flush, and you're not going to be able to see any of those wires. And right here, this is where I have my radar sensor installed. And what's cool about this is the radar is also powered by the light strip, so you don't need to worry about batteries or additional power. It just comes down like that, and then that wire plugs into that. Again, I need to do some more wire management, but definitely a very simple installation. And all of this does have an IP67 waterproof rating, so you don't have to worry about anything getting wet or being exposed to very hot or very cold weather, as this was made to be outside all year round. Last but not least, the lights are rated to last up to 55,000 hours, which is going to give you over 10 years of usage from the lights. Overall, these are definitely the best permanent outdoor lights on the market. They work very well, they're packed with a ton of features, and best of all, they also come at a great price for everything you're getting as well. All in all, if you happen to be shopping for outdoor permanent lighting, I would highly recommend these here, which again are the Eufy Permanent Outdoor Lights S4. If you would like to purchase or get more information, I'll also have the link in the description as well. All right, with that, all wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.